who live perhaps in Botiano and its neighboring communities. Thursday night, residents in these areas confirmed they felt the earth move. According to them, the earth tremor, which occurred around 8 p.m., lasted for about 6 to 10 seconds. Residents said, though the earth tremor is not new, last night's vibrations were of higher magnitude. So I want us to talk about this over the next few minutes based on what these residents are saying. Dr. AJ Dodu is Director General at the Geological Survey Department. Thank you very much for your time. You're welcome to the program, Doc.
Thank you very much. I am just a point of correction. I'm Mr. AJ Dodu.
You are
AJ Dodu.
AJ.
Mr. AJ Dodu.
I see. Thank you very much, AJ, for your time.
Right.
What interpretation has the Geological Survey Department made into this already?
Please, the voice is a little bit low, so...
I'll try again. How can we understand what happened at Botiano? We know that it's an area that sees this a lot, but the residents are telling us that what happened last night was a bit higher, it was a bit more felt than pronounced than before. What interpretation has the Geological Survey Department made into this already?
Yes, so we have our men on the ground, and soon they will be able to tell us if there has been any physical destruction or physical impact on the environment. But what I have to say is that our equipment are all working. They are all working. However, we have a transmission problem.
Oh, I see.
And this transmission problem is on finance. We are supplied with the transmission from the remote stations, the 6 remote stations, to link to the central observatory via a satellite. And that satellite communication is provided by Hunters Communication of the USA. Unfortunately, we have not been...
AJ, let's try and speak clear language. What you're telling us is that your equipment are working, yes, but transmission has been a problem. And so you didn't know this was going to happen. You couldn't tell. No. You will not be able to know. For us, we are always alert. We should be able to provide whatever happens at any moment in time within the territories of the confinement of where our equipment are. And as I'm saying, the equipment are working, but the transmission is a challenge. And so it is difficult to measure the magnitude of what happened?
No, you will not be able to measure at all.
I see.
You will not be able to measure at all because the equipment is working, but the transmission to the observatory, in order to measure the focus, the epicenter, the location, and all those things, will not be able to be provided.
What is the use of all the things you have mentioned? The fact that we can't do transmission and we can't measure epicenter or the focus or
the use is that we should find the area. If the area happens to be in a populated area, a riverbed, a forest, or any other place, it has a lot of implications. The second one is that we have to know the strength or the magnitude of it, or the intensity. And with that, we'll be able to communicate to our other agencies and the security services to rise to the point.
Right, and that is why I said that because we are having transmission challenges, the Geological Survey Department is unable to tell us the magnitude of the tremor yesterday, whether it was even a tremor or a quake.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Very well. That's simpler to understand. What are we doing about these equipment?
The equipment is working fine. It's like you have a radio set and you have TV tray or whatever it is. And but your
okay,
TV...
then let me reframe my question. If the challenges have to do with transmission,
Pardon?
You mentioned that the challenges have to do with transmission. Your equipment are working, but you're having challenges with transmission.
Yes.
Why so? If the equipment are working, we can't transmit.
Yes. Now listen to me carefully.
I'll try
the equipment are located in remote stations or in the southern part of the country.
Okay.
When the equipment picks the signal, it is transmitted via a satellite, which is there placed in that bush, into a United States satellite, Hunters Communication satellite. The satellite retransmits it to the Central Observatory in Accra. Then it goes into the workstations. And then with this, we'll be able to know the magnitude, the intensity, the focus, the epicenter, and all the other parameters. Now, if our satellite transmits, but it is not able to reach up there for retransmission into the system, the equipment will be working fine, but we cannot get it on the computer or the workstations. This is what we are talking about.
And I think I understand that. The question I was trying to have answered is whether or not our inability for the satellite to work is something we can deal with, or it has to do with whoever the upload is getting to in the U.S.
Oh, no. It's a matter of paying money for us to be reconnected because they've disconnected us.
Now the question has been answered. So we don't have money. That is why we have been disconnected. Or, AJ, are you there? Hello? Anyway, I think we have lost AJ Dodu there. AJ Dodu is Director General for the Geological Survey Department. But we will raise him again over the telephone and then try and finish the conversation around this. We would want to go beyond the fact that we have been disconnected because we are unable to pay for our satellite feed with a U.S. company. With a U.S. company in the United States. Well, and we'll go beyond that. Now, the fact that we have been disconnected, if I live in Botiano, I would want some questions answered. And so we'll try and raise Dodu right now over the phone and then have those... Anyway, we'll have those questions answered. But I just want to read a few of your messages on this particular matter on Facebook. Just give me a bit. I'll start with Mazouk Mohammed Sani, who says, it's a safe place like Tamale where we are. I lost that, so maybe I'll start from somewhere else. I'll start with Daniel Kombiok Jr., who says, we are so young to die from tremor. Please, God, help us or else I will declare demo. Samari Said Baba Nakulma is sympathizing with the people of Botiano. He says, oh, so sorry. Eric Don Sparkle says, lots of my friends ran out of their rooms. People, they fear death. I'm not sure you like it, Eric. Mahmoud Habib Jawula says, what is a tremor in the first place? Emeritus Ezra Aban says, then time... No, I don't get that. But I'll move on to Seth Echo, who says, we thank God it didn't happen in Obuasi because we are hanging. That's sad. Shani Abdul Malik says, the same thing happened to us 4 years ago. I was so confused that I got electrocuted by light. It was so frightening. Paul Adombo Sergio says, with my little geography that I did, Kaswa, Wejia are earthquake zones, and no wonder that Wejia Lake is as a result of a volcanic eruption. So my advice is that people should stop building their houses there in order to prevent any disaster. Now, these are some of the issues we want dealt with the Geological Survey, and I hope AJ Dodu will pick up our call now and speak with us. But TJ says, everybody wants to go to heaven, no one wants to die. Ado Tete Matt Willis says, has the Seismic Survey Department, did they know of this? What's the magnitude of this tremor? What signs is this given us in that part of the enclave? I must recall that such areas are designated as earthquake-prone zone. I agree with you totally, Ado Tete. But the point is, we have been disconnected because we owe some monies or we don't have money to pay. Let me correct myself on that. We have been disconnected because we are unable to pay for the satellite transmission. So we can't foretell any earth movement or even read the magnitude of something as light as a tremor, so we can advise ourselves for the future. It's sad that for us to have a zone designated or ruled out as an earthquake-prone zone, and yet one of the little things we couldn't do, we couldn't do as a country, is to not pay our bills, is to not be able to raise the necessary capital to pay our bills so we can read the information that comes in. Anyway, MFA Blessing says, it happened in Kaswa too. I was sitting on a cushion on the floor in my room watching a movie, but I didn't run out fearing that my house would collapse. And she laughs. Good for you, MFA. Anyway, so I'll end it there with my messages. Let's move on to something else.